Hello everyone, it's AC from the AC Show again, and I came to make a video last time about the Aliens franchise, and I mentioned that I was reading Doom Patrol, and I also mentioned I'd review Batman, but I figured Doom Patrol is a little more interesting just because it's a little more obscure, so maybe you might be interested in picking it up. It's a great time to get into Doom Patrol. DC's Young Animals is where it's located, or who's making it, publishing it. And Gerard Way is the writer, so he's a famous musician who worked with the band My Chemical Romance. And then he got into comic book making, I think in 2013 after the band split up. So, you know, that's cool. So, if you like the music, you might like some of the style. It's different than it used to be. He's kind of moved past the Black Parade. So he's moved on past that. There was a time when the art was reflecting that album, but it's gone now. At least with Doom Patrol, he's working on a couple books. But with Doom Patrol, the new issue number 7, it's kind of starting the next arc. So issues 1 through 6 was a complete story, and I was thinking about stopping there, but because I'm still subscribed at my comic book store, they put in the next one because it finally came in. And I was going to give it a chance because I was happy with 1 through 6, but I wasn't, like, ecstatic. So, and I kind of feel the same way about number 7. So this is the cover for number 7, Doom Patrol. And I mean, overall, you can see there's different style here for the different characters. I haven't memorized their names because I'm not very good with names, but they look different than they did in the previous issues. And there's a reason for that, because in this issue, they have been kind of dealing with this guy, Niles Calder, who is just on the first page. You can see he's like hiding in the bush, trying to find and see what these guys are doing. And because they completed their first major mission and saved the world in Dannyland and so forth, if you're familiar with the comic, then they are just kind of like walking around the mall and they don't know what to do because they don't know really, they don't have anything else to save or to work on, so they're just looking for adventure basically. And this guy Niles, he's been kind of following them around the whole time in the previous issues, but he hasn't really interacted with them too much. Well, now this whole issue is basically Niles becoming like the leader of the group for kind of like a trial run to see if the group will like him or not as their leader, or more like a manager than anything. So you can see here, just by the next page here, it's a bit wordy, and that's fine. The art style for this whole issue, they kind of took a blend of something like the style of like the 60s and 70s maybe. You can just see just by the way that they put the characters in their clothes. And I like in Doom Patrol the topics that they cover, because whereas most people don't want to cover, well, it depends. There are political comments that are going on in this comic book, but it's very hard to follow, and because of that, I don't feel like there's too much of a political emphasis. So there are topics, but they're not as clear as some of the more overt, problematic ones would be. Along with that, they have this cool thing about it. This might be the next bad guy arc. Before they had the bad guys were like these corporation that wanted to turn everyone into meat and then sell them and so forth. But this one has these bad guys called Scants, and they go into the world of the Scants, which is, if you see here, if you look at the top left panel here, you can see that style of that dress of the 60s and 70s. And then if you look down here, you can see the Scants, and the Scants are like the land of bad ideas, basically, and the creatures take on life when a bad idea is formed in your mind. So that's where they decide to go. And yeah, it's very interesting. And they're great. This might be one of the best pages where they are actually like in the world and very neat stuff. I like Doom Patrol because it's not really connected to the DC world. It's in its own little universe. And whenever you have that going on, just like in Watchmen or any others of those like set apart storylines, you know, the main you have a whole new world to kind of investigate, and you're always learning something new. So you don't really have any anticipation of how the story should go. Doom Patrol is, to my knowledge, it's like a collection of all the B-list heroes and C-list heroes. And overall, I think Gerard Way does a great job. My final thoughts, though, is you have to be in the mood for a little absurdity if you're going to read Doom Patrol, because it doesn't follow a logical format sometimes, or at least it doesn't have a flow like other like normal like rising action, climax, and so forth. It has those, but the story doesn't follow that narrative flow as most comics do, so you have to just go with it. And they often go into the realm of absurdity just to kind of ask questions and poke around. So if you like that, I think you might enjoy Doom Patrol. They do a great job here. I'm going to get the next issue, and yeah, tell me what you think. Please leave a comment, subscribe for more comic book reviews if you like comic books, and tell me what comic books I should review next. Overall, I'm just subscribed, like I said, mentioned before, to Batman, Batman the Casting, which is like the new Metal series, and Doom Patrol. I might get into The Walking Dead because that looks really neat. My only issue is that they don't use color, and I know it's just a thing now because that's how they've always been doing it, but it looks interesting. I did buy the 25-cent Walking Dead issue, and that was really good. It was like a celebration one. I know it's old, but I gave it away, and then I bought it again because it's only a quarter. So, anyways, thanks again, and I'll see you later. Bye.